Hey guys, Frank Flegg here from Ethical Property Partners, coming from sunny Mexico. So I'm here for a few weeks to attend a conference, funnily enough, about investing in real estate overseas and how to make the most of currency fluctuations and how to ensure that you do so safely in a reliable way to mitigate or to hedge against the UK property market, which is a really interesting concept, and I'm looking forward to hopefully finding some master franchisees who want to run EPP in other countries, come across some investors that want to invest in the UK property market, as well as learning how I can diversify into investing in other countries. But this episode isn't about that. I will do an episode about that at some point, about how to invest overseas safely in property that's going to go up in value and is going to produce a reliable and consistent income for you. This episode is about how your property portfolio in the UK can actually sustain long-term living overseas if that's what you're after. We've been gauging our expenses as a family. I'm here with my wife and my two sons, and we reckon that our cost of living has dropped by around 40%. Now, we're eating out more than we would at home. We're doing other activities, adventure activities, etc., that we wouldn't be doing at home. But because the cost of living here in Mexico is so much lower, our overall expenses have actually decreased quite substantially. But here's the key thing. Our property portfolio is still working just as hard for us. Because our property portfolio is in the UK at the moment, it's solely in the UK at the moment, those properties are still churning out the same profit for us each and every month, but our expenditure, our quality of life is still costing the same amount. And so actually, we could live perpetually overseas in cheaper countries or more expensive countries and balance the two because our property portfolio will pay for us. Now, the amazing thing is this: we've got a 2-bedroom apartment here. There's a 50-metre swimming pool just behind me there. The kids have been loving that. I've been swimming laps in. I haven't been swimming much in big swimming pools for the last year in the UK because we've been on lockdown, and my little endless pool gets a bit repetitive swimming against the current. So we've been staying here, but actually this apartment has got 100 megabytes a second download speed. That's as fast as I get in my office at work. And so actually, everything that I do ordinarily, I can do from here. I can still communicate with my letting agents. I can still communicate with my team. Yes, there's a time difference. So what that means is I'm getting up quite early. I'm meeting with people. I'm telephoning people in the early hours of the morning here. We're 6 hours behind, so we can catch up with people from about noon onwards in the UK. And then in the afternoon here, when everyone in the UK is asleep, I can chill out with the family, we can go on excursions, etc. And so it's an interesting way of looking at it. Many people that I speak to are wanting to escape the 9 till 5, they're wanting to be done with their jobs, they want freedom of location as well as freedom of time and freedom of money. And actually property can do that very easily for you. In fact, I was talking to a friend of mine who's got children in the same school, and he was asking about this trip that we're doing. And he was saying how he's thinking of going to Spain. Now, they don't actually have a property portfolio, but he's worked out that if all they do is let their own home as a holiday let, that will pay for the majority of their living expenses whilst they're in Spain, which is an interesting thought. Many people get stuck in the habit of working the day job, of feeling like they have to be stuck in that rut. And I think it can be a rut of, we do this on a Monday, we do this on a Tuesday, we do this on a Wednesday, etc. But actually, if you did use your own home as a holiday let or even as a rental, I was speaking to a couple from Toronto just this morning. They've decided to take their kids out of school, they're homeschooling them, and have travelled the world, literally every continent over the last 12 months during COVID, which is quite amazing, whilst homeschooling their kids. But their own home they've rented out on a single AST, so they've just rented it out for a whole year to a family, obviously a nice house, bringing in a fantastic income that is largely paying for their expenses whilst travelling. So it's a fascinating concept that once you've worked, and it does take work to build a portfolio, but once you've worked hard and built your portfolio, it can pay you forevermore. We're buying portfolios from landlords now who are 80 years old. In fact, one gentleman just had his 80th birthday, and I'm sitting down with him next week to talk about buying his portfolio from him. That portfolio has paid him for almost his entire adult life. He's been building property here, property there, property here. Now he's going to cash in, have a lump sum. He doesn't want to be dealing with tenants anymore, doesn't want to be dealing with property maintenance and stuff like that. And now he can have a big lump sum of money that will see him through the rest of his days, because that portfolio has gone up in value over time while spinning off cash for him. And that's the beauty of having property in the UK, especially if you look at the time frame, what happens over decades rather than what happens over months. And of course, the property press, the media, don't report what happens over months, they report what happens over days and weeks often. But if you look over decades, property in the UK goes up in value. I'm 39, I'm still building my portfolio, actually at a more rapid rate than I've ever built my portfolio before. In 20 years time, it'd be amazing if those properties that I'm buying today aren't worth twice as much. And in 40 years time, fair enough, I'll be 80 years old, but that's the same age as this gentleman. What will my portfolio be worth then? Will it have quadrupled? Quite possibly. But if I don't refinance, now you have the option of refinancing, but if I don't refinance, I'll have so much equity in there, I could sell them all and have a massive lump of cash in my bank in order to retire, in order to donate to charity, in order to leave to my kids, whatever I want to do. So it really brought it home to me this week, being across the pond and in Mexico. Our portfolios as fellow landlords really is very liberating. It gives us a lot of flexibility. And you might say, do you know what, I don't want to go travelling. That's cool. But maybe you do want to do some staycations in the UK. One client of mine that I built a portfolio for bought himself a camper van and decided to go around every part of the UK coast. Other people want to go sailing. Other people want to spend, one client of mine has got a holiday home on the Algarve. And they spend their summers there and their winters there and their summers in the UK. There's a million ways of creating the lifestyle that you want, but that becomes so much easier when every single month your portfolio is paying you more money than you need to survive. That makes it a really relaxing place to be, a really relaxing environment to be in. So if you're interested in building yourself a portfolio, either in us showing you how to do it and teaching you how to buy below market value, how to do no money down deals, how to grow a portfolio more rapidly than you could ever have believed possible, do get in touch. We can show you how to do that. We can hold your hand through it. If on the other hand, you're already busy doing what you do best, whether that's working as an employee, whether that's running your own business, then we can build a hands-free portfolio for you. We call it our armchair product. You can come into our investor club and we will find the properties, we will refurb them for you, we will put tenants in them for you. Literally, you sign on the dotted line and then the money rolls in for you. If you would like us to build you a portfolio where we do all the work but we make sure you get quality investments, we can also do that for you. So do get in touch, guys, if either of those options appeal to you. No money down portfolio built really rapidly where you do the work and we show you how, or a portfolio that we do all the work on it, we minimize the risk, we sort it out for you, and you just pay your deposits and reap the rewards. Either of those options we can help you with, ladies and gents. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, give us a thumbs up, that really helps the channel to grow. And until next time, happy investing.